Alright everyone, welcome back to another Friday Night Magic Halloween edition from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. My name is Zachary Evans and we will be bringing you tonight a 5-round standard tournament. For round 1 we have on the left Garrett Meadows playing an Esper Tokens deck. He's played on camera before, you should know who he is. On the right, Stephen Bumgardner, who's playing, I've called it Control. I'm not sure if it necessarily Control, but it's definitely not aggro, so it's an Izzet deck. Thanks to all those of you who are watching. For those of you who have been following, like I said, this is our Halloween themed FNM, so I'm currently wearing a costume, which you will get to see. You will get to see during the break. I'm currently commentating solo, as all of our co-commentators are deeply embroiled in battle in tonight's FNM. So I apologize in advance for the doldrums that will inevitably happen, but we should have some good action tonight. So thanks for checking it out. See a Delver out of Steven. These Izzet decks kind of catch themselves halfway between aggro and control at this point. Some are playing Delver Pike package, some aren't, as they desperately try to figure out how to use my iPod. Oh, there did it. Nailed it. You see Tragic Slip coming out of Garrett, who's naturally drawn his perfect mana base. Follows up with an Intangible Virtue. Let's see, Gutter Snipe out of Steven. I'm very,
This is like so behind the...
yeah, this is the... We're just discussing the... I know you don't want me to mention it on camera, but I'm going to explain it anyway. I'm joined by the round 1 buy this week. Logan, and he is questioning, we do have a dual monitor set up here. That is the actual Twitch feed. I keep that open to make sure that it hasn't stopped working. But we see Syncopate is going to take, well, no, just a hard Negate. Interesting choice to run. Just main deck Negate, but... Oh. Yeah, he does take 2 off the Gutter Snipe trigger. Gutter Snipe's a very interesting card. I'm not sure. I've never played with it before. I'm not sure exactly how effective it is, but these Izzet decks surely have enough. If you build your deck around Delver, then you've inadvertently built your deck around Gutter Snipe as well, so interesting use. Oh no! So it just deals damage to the opponent. Uh-oh. Trying to dial it in. Low-teching it. There we go. Something happened with my screen region there. So, back to the action. Garrett resolved the back half of Lingering Souls. Steven's going to think once about it. This Gutter Snipe is doing a lot of work. I did not realize how good that card would be. We're a little bit behind on our life totals here. So he can't clear... I was curious if he could machine gun Garrett's token board with Gutter Snipe triggers, but it is only to every opponent. But it is every opponent, so if this should break out into like a 3 to 8 player EDH game, he's also getting mad value out of that, but apparently is not. He does have 6 mana, he's up to Mortar's mana. But he's just apparently all in on the Gutter Snipe plan. So this is maybe a little bit more aggro or mid-range than I'm giving it credit for. Control may not be may not be technically correct. Let's see, Syncopate, followed by another Syncopate. He takes 4. You take 4.
No, the Gutter Snipe hadn't resolved yet.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to interfere with the game. No problem. That's why I don't. Every week I get ragged for not correcting mistakes. That's exactly why I don't correct mistakes, because most of the time I'm wrong because I'm an idiot. There's a reason why I sit in the broom closet and talk about Magic rather than actually play Magic.
Get back here, broom closet.
Yep, it's a stream regular, Paper Dinosaur, who is he has coined the term. He or she has coined the term. Get back to your broom closet. But I've got a surprise for you if you did not check us out on our Wednesday night Legacy stream, which was this previous Wednesday, our first Legacy event, as we see yet another Gutter Snipe come down. If Steven can cast 2 instants in this turn, he'll just win. During our Legacy events, we came in to set up for the stream, and there was an actual broom in this closet that we did not put there. So we are technically in the broom closet now. So getting tight here. 4 in the air from Lingering Souls tokens. Going to block the augurs here. I'm going to activate our activate the vault here and gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gain 6, deal 4. And in response, I'm going to deal 6 to Garrett by flashing back the back half of the Think Twice. Vault of the Archangel is a heck of a Magic card. Garrett goes back up to 12. I think that swing in probably swung this game. The swing swung the game. That's not very good use of the English language, but that is what I can come up with. Well, the Archangel has this way of just changing the race mass so dramatically. Very innocuous card, but very powerful effect.
Well, hey, if I wasn't at 2 life, I would have. If I was at 3, drop that.
So Steven scoops him up. Could not come back from the vault trigger. Shows the mortars, which did him no good. So they're off to the boards. Garrett up a game. This tokens deck is pretty interesting. It can come out of nowhere. I believe he's also playing Favorable Winds, which is a very interesting inclusion. I'm not sure exactly what he's bringing in there. I can't see. And for those of you watching on YouTube after the fact, I do not have deck lists for these decks because this is not a high enough rated event that's required. And believe it or not, I do not have the power to make 30+ individuals type out or write their deck list for me. So there's some debate in the chat of whether or not Steven could have won there. I did see Steven pull out about 9 cards from his sideboard. But while we were doing that, once again, thanks everyone for checking us out. If you're on YouTube right now, watching this after we've already recorded them, we highly encourage you that you check this out live and in person every Friday night. Twitch.tv/ZachSellsMagic, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. That's the time. The broom closet is the place. Last week, on Wednesday during the Legacy event, I declared without a doubt that we are the #1 rated Magic broadcast in the world, originating from a broom closet in West Virginia. So if you enjoy world-class, high-caliber gameplay, commentary, and broom closet shenanigans. Huh? Oh, yeah. Logan is showing me his deck that he's been discussing. Was not able to participate last week, but later tonight someone is going to have to deal with a Conjurer's Closet. I'm very excited about this. What I'm also very excited about is the fact that this deck is just made of all good cards. So you don't even need... Conjurer's Closet is funny, but you also are just playing a deck with 4 Thragtusk and 4 Restoration Angels.
See, I don't have those. I have 3 Thragtusk, 3 Restoration.
Okay.
I don't have the 4.
We're splitting hairs. It's no big deal. For those of you who are local, couldn't make it out tonight, it's your loss because everybody's dressed up, and I brought a crap ton of free candy, so I warned you. I warned everybody that they could come down here, participate in Halloween-themed FNM, get free candy, and later on see me dress up as a giant Twinkie. Yeah, I said it, and I meant it. Logan can confirm the Twinkie costume is back there,
There's a Twinkie costume.
along with several other costumes that I'll be wearing throughout the night, because I feel like I should participate so much that it compensates for all of the lack of participation by various people out there. So I'm going to have a good time regardless of whether or not anyone else is having a good time. You might ask yourself, how could I have known about the shenanigans that are going on at this week's FNM? Well, you could have followed us on our various forms of social media. Just search for Zach Sells Magic on any of the following: YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, or Twitch.tv. Specifically, the event on Facebook had pictures. I'll have pictures after the event. Facebook.com/Zach Sells Magic. All kinds of goodies on there. So check us out. Subscribe on YouTube. Watch everything we've ever uploaded. Coming tomorrow, this FNM and also the Legacy from Wednesday. And if you're on Twitch, please follow us on Twitch so you'll receive an email notification anytime we go live. Someone's asking about the playmat. The Stoneforge Mystic playmat, I think, is about 3 years old. The shop provides playmats for everyone, and they, as I forgot to turn off my phone, I apologize for that. The playmats are the stores. That playmat has been here since the dawn of time, for all I know. So you might have to go to eBay. I can look into it for you. If you send me send me a tweet there on Twitter, maybe I can put you in touch with the store. Or you can contact the store directly at lostlegiongames.com. They might be able to help you out. So anyway, we are fully into it here. Land go from both. As we see Garrett cycle every Evolving Wilds in this deck. Asking about the Stoneforge Mystic playmat, but nobody seems to be asking about the World of Warcraft playmat, which is Steven's. Is it?
Oh yeah, I guess this is amazing.
Yeah. Apparently the individual asking about the playmat is located in Europe, which means it's probably unlikely that we can help you out in a cost-effective manner, as shipping would probably ruin that. But I would gladly send you one, I'm sure. But yeah, just try to contact me off the air, and I'll try to see if I can track one down for you. So, what happened here? Thought Scour from Garrett. Miss of a third land drop from Steven. Or wait, no, maybe not. I think no, he did miss a land drop. Debating whether to negate this, I guess. Oh no, he's going to rift it. Just fog him a turn. And Steven has missed his land drop. There it is. So, fortunately for, I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, Garrett had to discard. Not sure what, or I should say, Garrett not really punishing Lucid Midnight Haunting. Garrett not really punishing Steven for missing his land drop there. Steven is all counter spells all the time. Another lighthouse. I really like these lighthouse. I mean, looting is obviously a great effect, but even these 4 and 5 color decks, splash red, you know, almost entirely for like a copy of Zealous Conscripts and the loot house activations, or I mean the kobolds as well, depending on the build. But a very powerful effect as they realize that no one has been keeping track of score. For those of you who have asked in the past, as we see Garrett Thought Scour himself, we have been getting some constructive feedback, so I appreciate everyone who's commented on our Facebook discussions and whatnot. But one thing we continually get is that people like to see a little bit more out of us in terms of graphic package. A little bit low tech here with the just white text on black background. We are currently working on that. So hopefully by next week, as I have my lead graphic artist Cliff Markham working on that for us. And those of you who were not watching earlier, you probably missed our new away in between round screen featuring local legend and stream regular Adam Vickers. So you're going to want to stick around for that. Usually when we go between rounds and take even the slightest of breaks, we lose about 20% of all our viewers. But now with this new Vickers away from keyboard screen, I think it's really going to change. It's really going to change that. I think it's really going to change some people's lives. You know you want to see it. Now you got to wait till the end of the round to see it. You also have to wait till the end of the round to see what's the round 1 Halloween costume currently. They don't know. I'm in costume. Logan, can you confirm I'm in costume?
You are in costume.
Absolutely, I'm in costume, so stick around for that. I don't know what to talk about. What to talk about in between rounds. I end up getting in this weird state when I'm playing in an FNM. I just want to win or lose as quickly as possible, just so I can get it over with. But when I'm in the commentary booth for the FNM, I want the game to go to like turns, just so I don't have as much time to kill. So, 2 Goblin Electromancers, I believe is what that card is called. Basically, reverse Thalia for instants and sorceries.
What is it?
The Goblin Electromancer. I'll bring it up here in a second. It's not really going to matter unless you can come up with some kind of board wipe, because Detention Sphere on the Electromancers.
That's no good.
No, 2-for-1s are never any good. He's not dead on board, but he is a world of hurt. Yep, all Electromancers all the time. Not necessarily going to get the job done.
Still like the fact that he had 3 of them just right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. So we see a Pillar of Flame on 1 token. He's going to take 2 off the trigger from the Gutter Snipe. Not sure what he's thinking about here. I don't think he can respond with the mana that he has open. So, can the Izzet deck stabilize? That is the question currently at hand.
I guess he could unsummon the snipe.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of commentary in the chat about the Izzet deck not being necessarily. You done, Scotty?
Yeah.
Feel free to come in.
I was making sure you weren't alone in here, but I see you.
You can come in.
Yeah.
So we see another copy of Intangible Virtue come down. But anyway, getting some comments from the chat that maybe the Izzet deck is not necessarily as tier 1 as possible. That's entirely possible. Remember, this is round 1 of a local FNM, and not the final round of a standard Pro Tour. You know what we worry about here? We worry about having fun, as we're joined by Scotty, right? Scotty, did you win?
I did, 2 of them.
You're also playing Izzet, aren't you?
I am not. I have
What are you
since
playing?
added white.
So you're playing Red, White, Blue,
Mid-range.
but you're not playing Miracles. This
No
is-
miracles. The mid-range. Geist, Angle,
You see
Todd
Snapcaster.
Anderson build, Gross deck.
Snapcaster come
Gross
down.
things. My deck's really fun.
What are you playing?
What, do you want to see it?
I mean, you'll have to show it to me if you don't
Why
want
don't
to.
you look at it? If I play General.
Alright, gentlemen. Have to remember, the main conversation is directed at this microphone. Alright, so let's reset here. Garrett on 14 life has no board. He has 2 Goblin Electromancers underneath the Detention Sphere. 2 Goblin Electromancers under the Detention Sphere. Steven down to, I don't know how many cards in hand, looks like 2 with a Goblin Electromancer and a Gutter Snipe, which appears to be his main win condition. So I can't see what the two guys are holding in their hands. This is the front half of the Lingering Souls, which will put Steven dead on board next turn. Needs a land and mortars. Think twice, drawing an Izzet charm. He's going to have to kill at least one of the spirit tokens. Otherwise, he's packing it in.
I just briefly walked by, but what we have Izzet.
Yeah, Steven's playing Izzet. It's a interesting deck. It's a Gutter Snipe, Delver, that kind of deck.
Yeah, I experimented with that when I was playing with Red.
Not a lot of people are playing like hard removal. I mean, the control decks obviously are, but like these mid-range decks aren't playing very much. And it's very interesting to see like an undealt with Gutter Snipe just like slowly eat away at your life total. It might need a little bit more high end here. I think a Thundermaw Hellkite off the sideboard would have made this game a lot different, but
yeah. I'm so impressed with them.
In surprise fashion, 5/5 flying haste mythic probably would have an impact on a game of Magic. So, what wins the game here for him? Nothing. He's 1-2. Another virtue will not. Nothing will win the game here outright, as far as I can tell. Steven does have counter mana open. I don't know if he has a counter in his hand or not. Shocking himself. Very interesting. It seems to be very relevant. So he's going to swing in with the token. And what are we seeing here? The back half of the Lingering Souls. Oh my! So a Miracle Thunderous Wrath puts him down to 6 off the trigger. It'll put him at 1. What's going on here? What is the response? Syncopate? Yeah, so he counters. That will trigger. Wow. This is very cool. That's like highlighted the weak stuff right there. No, he knew what he's. I mean, his whole deck is counter spells, so it's not very interesting. I don't know. Yeah. So I think so people like that. People were talking crap on Steven's deck 5 minutes ago. Now all of a sudden it was insane. So so we see the power of the Gutter Snipe. I know Gutter Snipe is a card that's making its way into a lot of cubes. Seems to be pretty popular there. I feel like in Steven's deck, the fact that you are playing like a Delver build, I mean, is basically all. He's probably playing 30 instants or something similar to it. 24 to 26, but it can be very good. But I think like in a red deck, it's probably cost just 1 too many. If it costs 2, I think it'd be pretty good. But
we got a game 3.
Did you see how that game ended?
No, I was in the red.
Okay, so forgive me on the stream as I replay exactly what you just saw. But for those of you just joining us, Steven Bumgardner dead on board. Miracles, Thunderous Wrath off the top of his deck, which with the Gutter Snipe in place. The trigger puts Garrett to 1. Garrett responds with the Syncopate, which he can't pay for, which Steven can't pay for. Steven casts Izzet Charm, 2 more off the trigger, counters Syncopate, kills Garrett. Ooh. So pretty fun. The chat has declared it insane. So, I'm not sure if it's insane in the membrane or just normal insane. We'll have to get a ruling on that. But, you know what's funny, actually, is I'm mentioning right now of the 83 people that are watching us, and again, we appreciate the patronage. I imagine about 10 people may know what I mean by when I say insane in the membrane. Because I'm an old S man.
I understand it.
So he did play the Shockland so that he could syncopate, to have enough mana to syncopate, because he paid the Shockland.
Oh, he paid the 2 life for the land.
Yeah, and we were curious why, and then someone pointed out, like, he doesn't have a counter. It seems like really silly, but he needed that extra land to out-syncopate. So this is exactly where Steven wants to be, as he's got no pressure, likely a handful of counter spells, and 3 untapped lands. Smell Negate. I'm like an oracle. I may be the best ever. I mean, I don't know. It's 7:10 on a Friday night. I'm in a costume, sitting in the broom closet, talking about imaginary wizard fights. I may be the best ever. Feel free to comment. Oh man, good times. You know, it's not surprising. I think the majority of our hits come from the Star City livestream page, I think, and that's a fairly very competitive, fairly aggressive crowd. So I would not be surprised that they would have no tolerance for a slightly less than tier 1 homebrew deck. So apologize to, I believe the kids would call those the playa haters. Is that playa haters? As we see Sphinx's Revelation, that's got to be a sideboard card, right? There's no way this tokens deck is playing that main board. I was playing with Jordan Peckjo's blue-white control deck earlier, or Esper control deck earlier, and with a Rock's Faithmender out, cast a Sphinx Revelation for 4. Surprised me, it was very good. So if you're looking for pro tips at home, gaining 8 life, drawing 4 cards at instant speed, very, very strong. And there we see the engine that makes Steven's deck go, the innocuous Gutter Snipe. Steven again missing lands. I'm not sure how many lands he has in his deck, but if he's going to be playing, if he's trying to overload those Mizzy Mortars, probably needs more. Because he got stuck last game. Yeah, he missed 2 land drops last game and still managed to win.
So what's your take on this Esper deck, this token deck?
It's fine. As someone was pointing in the chat, they refer to it as Moto stock tokens. But,
It's very slow.
Yeah, but
I played around with it.
He has a lot of card advantage. I thought he was playing favorable wins. I'm not sure if he is or not.
I played with favorable wins, and it's slow.
I don't know. The advantage of the Intangible Virtue is not so much the Anthem effect as it is the ability to get an incremental damage and not give away a crackback. It's a very odd... Yeah, Gutter Snipe triggers when you cast it, so it doesn't matter if it resolves or not. If you had told me the first 2 cards that I was going to look up on the card viewer during tonight's FNM were Gutter Snipe and Goblin Electromancer, I would have called you a dirty liar.
So apparently he doesn't run wins. Third Wizard said he took him out.
Third Wizard, that is in fact local legend and stream regular Adam Vickers, who, as previously said, we will see in the new in between round splash screen. It will change your life. That's all I'm going to tell you. It will change your life. Oh, sometimes there's things in the chat that are just too elaborate for me to repeat. Someone is extolling about how they'll be dressing up as both Captain and Tennille, which I like that a lot. Another reference that the majority of the stream won't get because everyone is young children.
That's one over my head.
Yeah. It's a singing duo. The captain played the piano and Tennille sang from the 70s. So you learn something. Man, our stream is educational. Not only is it fun, not only is it like cutting edge, top tier Magic the Gathering content and commentary, as we see a counter war. Yeah. But we also do educate you about 1970s singing duos and recording artists.
Some good trivia information there.
Okay, so this game just got real ugly. It would be interesting to see how this game would have gone if Steven had not got choked on lands, but I guess every game would be different if they always drew exactly what they needed every time. Pith and Needle. And one turn too late, probably. Did he have that in his hand? Did you know if he drew that? Could you see it?
It looked like he... Can't say.
Well, I imagine he had it in his hand and he was holding it for, like, trying to figure out what he could, like, what he was going to name. But by the time Sorin comes down, like, it's a turn too late, right?
Yeah.
So we see him piling in for 6 here.
Did he see Sorin in any of the first 2 games?
No. And I'm not sure if they knew each other's deck list. I know Garrett doesn't know Steven's deck list because I don't think anyone knows news. I don't think anyone prepared for the what's that thing called? The Gutter Snipe matchup.
Gutter Snipe aggro. 12 of my 15 is dedicated to Gutter Snipe aggro.
And this is one thing.
Hated it.
And this is one thing too that I thought was very interesting. I always whinged and moaned about why they didn't make tokens for emblems, and that right there is like the main example, because you think in your head, or at least I can imagine too that most newer players will think it's something you can target. Because in my head I just thought, why doesn't he just bounce the emblem there and save himself 3 life? That's because the emblem's not a thing. Yep.
It's not even supposed to be on the
You gotta learn the rules of magic.
It's supposed to be off like to the side.
But it doesn't matter. Gutter Snipes could not get there. It did produce what is likely going to be the highlight of the week, up until the point where Max Turner gets on camera and does something degenerate like he does every week. Highlight of the week, what am I talking about? Every week I cut up the best play from that week and put it on our Facebook page. How can you reach us on our Facebook page? Simple. Facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Logan, you were the highlight of the week. I'm going to switch to the studio cam, so I'm just warning you all.
Maybe you should have a runner-up highlight of the week also.
Currently, round 1 costume, Hawaiian guy. So, welcome to the Lost Legion Games and Comics FNM studio, located in a broom closet. My name is Zachary Evans. This is Logan Cutlip. The floating torsos you see behind us are the stragglers. Logan's on a bye. You're on the bye tonight. So I'm currently broadcasting tonight's FNM with empty chair because I do not have a co-host. So I encourage everyone as they are finished to step inside. That's why we have 4 people. How much did he say? Time left? Did you hear? Doesn't matter. But anyway, so here's what's going on. Oh, what were we talking about? Highlight of the week last week?
Yeah,
Highlight of the week. Every week I put it up on Facebook. 2 weeks ago it was Logan Cutlip, which I believe was shenanigans involving a Silverblade Paladin and a Wolfish Silverheart getting in for 12 damage in a game. You won that game, right?
Yeah.
You went from like in a really.
It was.
He was in dire straits, and Wolfish Silverheart saved the day. So go back and check that out.
It was 12 to 18, I think.
Why don't you just? They can go and see. Yeah. Don't spoil it for them. How can you contact us? Like this. Search for Zach Sells Magic on every major form of social media. On YouTube, we post literally everything we've ever recorded. We've been doing this makes the 9th week, including 1 cube draft, and also 1 Wednesday night legacy tournament, which is going up. We played Wednesday, and I'll post it tomorrow. Contacts on Twitter.
Someone asked why I'm not wearing costumes. So.
Oh, yeah. Also, go to Facebook. Just go to Facebook. Just do it. Every time I go through this long-ass spiel about why you should contest with social media, the fact of the matter is that we don't ask for any money. We just ask for self-validating likes, follows, and subscriptions. Just make us feel good about ourselves. I'm a grown-ass man dressed in a Hawaiian costume, and I'm going to tell you this right now, you definitely want to stay tuned, because this is one of the least effeminate costumes that I've brought tonight. I will be changing costume for every round, and as promised, I will be dressed like a giant Twinkie when it comes to the top 8. No, that's not a euphemism. That is not slang for anything. An actual confectionery giant Twinkie.
Can I ask a question about this costume while you still got it on?
Sure. Me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you like a generic Hawaiian guy, or are you the Hawaiian punch guy?
I would like to consider myself as a character called Ted Ferguson. He is a 65-year-old Duluth, Minnesota resident who's finally saved up enough money and after retiring has gone to Hawaii to live the dreams that he never had for the first 55 years of his life. So that is it's not generic by any means. It's very specific. It's very, very specific. But anyway, if you have any questions about what's going on, Logan's thinking about Arby's. These 2 gentlemen did not participate. Oh, actually, Michael, I believe you said, do you want to elaborate on what your costume is?
Yeah. I'm dressed up like an asshole tonight.
Yep.
Bam!
But you should have come out. I know a lot of you are not local, so you couldn't come here if you wanted to. But we've got free candy. Look how much candy I have. Look how much free candy. We have free candy. Everybody's dressed up. We'll
Scott
take some...
Driver just pointed out in the chat that I do have a smart car with a Pikachu license plate, and around Halloween time I like to just call that my costume.
Michael Taylor does drive a smart car. It is the cutest of all cars. Congratulations, Michael. Which is a terrible. Somebody tells us we have a terrible costume. That makes me feel so bad. We're now getting requests to send. We're now getting requests to send candy to various places. I cannot do that, but you know what I can do? I can send you. I can send you free cards. You may have noticed if you started watching at the beginning that our participants did not roll a die. They didn't flip coins. They played rock paper scissors, like the extreme elite that they are. Do you want to win your own play set of rock paper scissors? It's very simple. Later on tonight, probably in round 2, I will make a tweet on my Twitter account at ZachSelfMagic that says, "Follow me if you want to win play set of rock paper scissors cards." Just make sure you're following me and retweet it. And you're entered into a drawing that we will draw next week. We also have a set to give away tonight. Also, later in the event, we'll be giving away promo Restoration Angel. It will be a giveaway probably in the 3rd round. It will involve you going to our Facebook page, so stick around for that. Who did we lose? We lost those other guys?
I guess it's second round. Second round start.
Huh?
Second round start.
Second round starting now?
I don't know. They just both left.
There's room at the second round of starting, so we're going to step out. We're going to be right back. You watch the Adam Vickers splash screen. We'll be right back with round 2 in a sec.